Hi and welcome to another episode of Book A Better Me, and this month's book is Think and Grow Rich. But before we start with the book, I'll give a little update that I'm back in college, as you can see with the plain wall behind. And just like the last book, this book is also based on interpretation. According to the author, there's a secret. That's how everyone can become rich. And if you are reading this book or watching this episode, then you are also maybe trying to learn that secret. So instead of specifically mentioning it, he just says that it's repeated over and over without specifically telling this is a secret. So if you know what you are trying to find, then you'll be able to find it. So there's a lot of interpretation in the book, and frankly it was an amazing read. Like I absolutely loved reading this book. Regarding the secret, he says that the secret to which I refer has been mentioned no fewer than 100 times throughout this book. It has not been directly named, for it seems to work more successfully when it is merely uncovered and left inside, where those who are ready and searching for it may pick it up. And he says that you can find this secret in each and every chapter multiple times. So maybe you find that secret on the first page of the book itself, or maybe for you it works at the last page. So it's basically that. But while I was reading this, there were few ideas which were very common. It was like the author was trying to make those things concrete in your mind. The first thing that he was making very clear was desire, the burning desire. But before we talk about that, we'll talk about the name of the book and how the title translates into the book. So as the title says, Think and Grow Rich. So there is a lot of emphasis on the thinking part in the book. By thinking, it just doesn't mean just thinking. He says that to become rich, to become successful, you need to have burning desire. You don't just have to want it, you need to have a burning desire. So for example, you thinking that I want to become rich is just want, and someone thinking that I have to be rich and I will be rich is a burning desire. For that, he gives an example. So there was this king who was going for a battle, okay, and they were going to a different land. They were on a beach. They sailed through the seas and went to the other country to fight that battle. So as soon as all of them landed on the beach, the king asked his men to set fire to all of the boats, and then he told his army that if you want to go back home alive, you have to win this war. And the number of the army of king was much smaller as compared to the enemy kings. And as you know, because of the burning desire to go back home, as they had no choice, it was either do or die. They could just simply die, or they would die fighting because they wanted to go home. So they wanted to go back home, and that was their burning desire. So they won the battle and they went back home. So this basic story tells you how important burning desire is. So he also says that this secret has been studied for 25 years at least by the author himself, and before him it has been practiced for thousands of times. He even mentions name of people like Henry Ford or Thomas Edison, who followed this secret and grew successful. So like there, and you, if you know, then they are actually very successful. So author says that there are 6 steps to acquire richness. First, be definite as to the amount. Like for example, you want to become rich, but the question is how rich? Is it $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, or maybe $1 billion? How rich do you want to become? You think of that amount. Second is determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Like of course you want money, but what are you willing to give in return? Are you going to provide a service? Are you going to sell book? Are you going to make cars and sell them? Are you going to make a great invention? Are you going to cure cancer? So you have to think what you are going to give in return for the richness, because there is no such thing as something for nothing, which is that if you want to get success, if you want to be rich, you can't get it for nothing. You have to put in something so that you can get back something. Third, establish a definite date with when you intend to possess the money you desire. Now, since you have thought of the money, how much money you want and what are you going to give in return, you need to think of when do you want it. Do you want it in like 10 years, 15 years, or do you want it just the day before you die? Okay, that was little like I tried to add humor, but okay. So fourth, create a definite path. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. Now that you have three main components of your plan, you need to make a way and plan how you are going to do that. So you make a plan, a very definite plan. You can take days or weeks for it to make the plan, but you need to do this. You make a plan and then you are going to stick to it. If you feel that you are not ready for it, well, you still gotta do it. You can't wait for yourself to get ready. Fifth, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you want to give in return for money and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate. This is the summing of all the above plans. So you are going to take a paper and you are going to write the amount you want, that I want to have $1 million by the end of 2024, and in the return I would be making applications that people would use on their phone, and this is how I am going to do it. I am going to start a startup, hire people and they will make an app with me, and then we are going to publish it, and that's how I am going to make that much amount of money. So you are going to write that. So the sixth and final step is read your written statement aloud twice a day, once before retiring at night and once after rising in the morning. So you take the paper where you had written that in fifth step, you stick it somewhere where you see it every day. For you it can be your desk or maybe your night desk, like that small table on your bedside. It can be anywhere, maybe your wardrobe, somewhere you can see it daily and easily. You go there and you read that whole statement aloud, not in your mind, like not like this, just like your teachers made you read aloud for the class in class 5. That's how you are going to read it, very loud and clearly. And this thing of reading it aloud twice a day and daily, this thing is called autosuggestion. So what happens is, when you read it daily, your mind starts to believe in it. It creates faith in you. Just like you repeat a lie like enough times, after a time you will start feeling that this is not a lie, this is truth. That's how it's going to happen. This habit of autosuggestion will make you grow faith in your desire and make you much more focused on this desire, and then you will be on the path of your success. And author also tells that you need to see yourself with that amount of money, not in just bank, but like right in front of you. Like if you are watching this video or like listening to this audio, like imagine if there's a table just in front of you, okay, and there's a lot of cash on it. The amount of cash what you intend to earn in like next 2 years, like for me it would be like, I'll think big, like $1 million. But yes, I'll think $1 million is lying in front of me, and you have to imagine that, not just for fun, but seriously. Like it sounds like a joke, but you have to seriously do it. Why? Because once you start imagining it realistically, you will put efforts to get it. That, like, it's similar to what we used to do as a child. Like I used to do it even before I would get something. I knew what once I knew I was going to get something, or I wanted to get something, I would plan about it. Like I would imagine myself playing with that, and that's how this whole things work. And while you are doing this, you need to gain confidence, and for gaining confidence, author tells a formula. It's called the self-confidence formula. Well, quite clear with the name. Before I begin, this is somewhat like affirmation. Like if you don't know about affirmation, I will tell you. So affirmation is something you listen and you tell yourself daily. This is very helpful for people who suffer from habit of self-depreciating themselves. So what you do is you say positive things to yourself. So the formula includes: I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I, here and now, promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves in physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some physical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I'll never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting myself the forces I wish to use, and the cooperation of the people I will induce others to serve me. Because of my willingness to serve others, I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me, and I will believe in them and in myself. And author also focuses that while you are on the path of success, you will face a lot of failures, but you don't need to get demotivated from those failures. You should be persistent about it. Keep doing your work. Failure is part of your success. Just like I said earlier, you don't get, there's no such thing as something for nothing. These failures are what you are giving to get the success. And before I end this, if you want to know more of the summary, you can check out the newsletter. It will be in the description, and it's completely free. So because of time constraint, I can't tell the whole extensive summary. So this was the most important part of the book, so I told this on the episode. But if you want to know the whole summary, just go out and just go to the description. There will be a link of my newsletter. You can just read it for free. You don't even need to sign up. And if you like, then you can sign up for my book club. Then you can sign up for my book club, and I release a new book every first of month. With that, I will end today's episode. I hope you like this book. See you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.